All right. We live. We live. We a little bit late today. But I don't know. I feel good. How do you guys feel? Feeling like we're going to get Star Wars today? I don't know. I do not know. I don't think anybody knows. I don't even think Stern knows, to be honest. Oh, man. Here we go. Got the iced coffee. Let's let people come in the house. We got Tilt Pin, baby. Jeremy. Thank you for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Twippies. Appreciate it. Happy Saturday morning, spectacular. A little bit later today, went to see my little one play soccer. It's chaos. It's absolute chaos. Watching a 4-year-old on a soccer field. They literally are running around like asteroids. How was the soccer match? It was good, Jengiz. I'm telling you, it's better than Stern Star Wars. Oh, shoot, it's too soon. We're going to talk about Stern Star Wars, what we're hearing, what the buzz or lack of buzz is on the streets. The kids are getting nervous, man. It's feeling like this launch is being made up as they go. No NDA required to hang out with Kaneda's Pinball Podcast, the world's somewhat favorite pinball podcast. How's everybody doing? Want to thank all the 663, maybe 4 subscribers that are listening on a weekly basis to the world's most entertaining, most dynamic, no show notes. Keeps you informed, keeps you smiling, keeps you laughing. Like if you're not listening to Kaneda's Pinball Podcast, you're not getting the full picture. I feel bad, for just $5 a month, I'm giving you more fun than these damn machines are. You guys know it. Tim is in the house. What else is happening right now? I got some inside information. Look, Sad Boy just hit him with the $50 right away. My boy must have had a good night at the casino. Sad Boy, thank you so much. Let's read what you have become a staple now on this show. You've been kicking this show off every week with your donations, and I really appreciate it. The rest of you live in Sad Boy's shadow, in my honest opinion. What's good, brother? Cuphead is dead in the water from copy-ridden mech that will probably keep it from being released. Wow. So there's a mech in Cuphead that they can't release. Wormhole closes due to a divorce. Wow. Is that true? And Arvid can't even save Predator. Talk about a fun-filled week. Wait, so the dude who owns Wormhole Pinball is getting divorced, which probably means the wife is taking half of all of those games. There's no faster way to destroy a wealthy man's happiness than to get a divorce. I have no prenup. None. This is it. Not breaking up the family unit. Not going to get divorced the moment the kids are like out of school because I'm chasing tail like an idiot. Nope. This is it. It is sad to hear that, though. It is sad. Divorce sucks. It's painful. Yeah, it's really, because whenever divorce happens, it's never like the guy gets half of the woman's pinball machines or half of her car collection. You know what I'm saying? Half of the Birkin bags, anything you're going to get half of as a man, you're never going to want. What's the leak on Star Wars? Oh, man. There's no leaks on Star Wars. There's no, I'll tell you right now, from what I've heard, like Stern doesn't even have like a full artwork game rolling around the joint there. Like they're keeping it very under wraps. But I continue to hear more and more information on the game from people that have played it. And, look, they're not giving me like too many specifics, but just feels like the same old story. Stuff was yanked out of the game. And the game is just, I'm hearing, it's not gonna blow us away. I'm hearing it's better than the Steve Ritchie game, which arguably is maybe the lowest bar in the history of Star Wars games. It's better than that. And I think it's going to be better than that because of the code. I don't even think this game's going to have a mech as like impressive as the hyperdrive. Most likely the ATST is the mech, and it's going to be much like the mech in Avatar that just falls over. But I'm just hearing that the game is just all right. Like, it's okay. Like, it's fun. It's okay. It's not going to be this, like, take my money now, OMG game. I think we're going to see a much simpler layout. I think we're going to see a game meant for more casual pinball fun, more universally easy to play. And that's the vibe I'm getting. Will Ellie sell out fast, says Tony. I don't think Star Wars, right? I don't know. I mean, really, I think in the end, it's going to come down to how much different the LE is over the premium. I think if they make the premium look as good as the LE, the problem with all LEs now, gang, is like nobody cares anymore. Just nobody cares. They've ruined what an LE means. An LE has been absolutely, completely turned into a meaningless, overpriced, like, token for insecure men to buy now. Because the problem is not only did they overmake the LEs, they overcharged, and then the anniversary editions have, in more recent times been the nicer even game. So I just think, what does having an LE now mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we used to be nervous on the eve of a new Stern launch that we were not on a distro's LE list and we were going to get shut out. And I mean it when I say it. There hasn't been an LE as nice as Ghostbusters since Ghostbusters. We are now like 4 or 5 years in which Stern LEs have all been, I think, just too close or basic to every other model. Nothing's had an exclusive anything that's been a must-have. 770 LEs in the US is maybe a lot, Jengus, but it's Star Wars. So if it's like a Darth Vader themed LE and the other ones aren't cool, like, yeah, like, it'll sell out. Like, this game needs to like look stunning. And I hope they nail it. It's not Zombie Eddie on art. It is a Star Wars artist. It is not Randy Martinez. It is an all-new artist. My Harry Potter arcade plays just like the CEs. Yeah. Well, Brian, Kaz, like, I think you're missing a shaker motor, and I think you're missing, that's it, right? That you really need. I think everything else, you have the hot rails, right? You got everything else. The funny part about Potter, gang, and the reason why, just think about it for a minute. The fact that they could sell you a $10,000 Potter and make money on it, what does that tell you about what's in the $15,000 Potter? That's it, right? It's like there was nothing to take out. I mean, they maybe could have removed the upper playfield, and I don't know, but not really. You need it for the Quidditch stuff. Like, there was not a ton in Potter, so not a ton to take out. It does play great. There's no denying the fact that Potter does play great. Let's talk about this NDA now. So what is going on with this launch of Star Wars? Like, what is going on? It's like, why did they put out the teaser if they didn't have everything else approved? It really is looking like someone made a mistake. And now that they're making media sign an NDA because the game might not be revealed before they get there. First of all, that's how the media should see the game, before everybody else, with an NDA. But that wasn't Stern's plan. But here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you exactly how this is going to go. They're going They're going to get everyone to sign NDAs. They're going to do a dealer call on Tuesday. The images are going to leak on Tuesday before the media day, which makes the media day pointless. And that's how it's all going to go down. So get ready. That's exactly how it's going to happen. I'm not going to Stern next week. Just not doing it. It's my mama's birthday. And I also just don't. Why would I go to Stern when the game's going to be at Automated in a week or two? And I'm just not going to do it. I don't. And the other reason I'm not going is because of what I've been hearing from people that have played the game. I've been hearing from people that have played the game, and they're not talking about it in a way that makes me want to spend any extra money to go see it. So there's that. The fact that Stern paid, Vic, for you guys to go see John Wick, they paid for your travel and your hotel. I mean, seriously, that's how desperate they were. Did they reveal the Star Wars game yet? I mean, Jeremy, like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, they did. We're just still speculating what it's. Come on, man. Come on. Like, I love you, Jeremy, but like, clearly they didn't reveal the game. Clearly. Look, I think that this game is gonna get it's gonna divide the community. I think what's going for it is once that theme song hits and once the scroll happens on the screen and we see the fall of the empire and they tell the story of like how they're going to arrange all these iconic moments. I don't care, right? I don't care. That's why they're going to sell 770 right away. It's still Star Wars. And the moments of the movie that we love are going to be served up to us in a way that's way better than what Dwight did with the Richie game. That was the worst coding decision ever. To just stack different movie modes together for pinball multipliers. For lack of a better word, Dwight, what were you thinking? Christopher Franchi, is there a Batman 66 in that set of pop culture vehicles? There is there's a Batmobile right here. Not 66 though. The artist who did this series didn't do Batman, and then I got Akira over here. The artist who did this didn't do Batman 66. He did the Michael Keaton Batman. Hey, Kaneda, how many launches do you think Stern needs to do to get it right? Yeah, clearly. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. But can the pinball be any worse than your glasses? Yeah. Look, these glasses, baby, I'm looking good. It's a tight fit. It's a tight fit, if you know what that means. Most of you don't. Okay. But, I get it. The sartorial choices of pinball buyers, leaves a little, maybe a lot to be desired. But that's not going to make me buy it. Better have it under the glass. Well, yeah, I mean, I agree. I think if this game has a really fun force use of magnets, because Borg likes magnets, and I think if this game has like a couple like wow mechs and it has like a lightsaber moment in battles and the sound is going to be good. I think, look, it's still Star Wars, gang. It's going to make you guys want to sell your D&Ds and your Venoms and your John Wicks and maybe your James Bonds. And yeah, I think people are just starving for themes like these. So whenever you make a Star Wars game, it has a fighting chance to be very successful. I think they're still going to sell a lot of these. I bet Stern won't use the magnet on this game. It's the most obvious magnet to use, but I know Borg loves magnets. There's going to be magnets in this game. And then I hate to break it to everybody, but have 100% confirmation that Walking Dead is after this game. 100%. It's not Tron, it's Walking Dead. Rumor that they might be putting the show clips in. Still feels like culturally we've moved on from Walking Dead. What else we got here? So more questions than answers. Another weekend with nothing for us to chew on regarding Star Wars. They couldn't give us they couldn't just pan across the cabinet. I really do think it's a shame that they have fumbled this. I've also heard that the new CMO at Stern, isn't really doing much, to be honest, and he just doesn't come from this world. So I think he's a little probably lost in the new category he's in. Not surprised. But I also hear, and I've heard this over the years, that Stern just doesn't want to invest in like marketing ideas and doesn't want to invest in creative ways to launch the games. They're very cheap. They still see them as a they still see themselves as a company whose target audience are the distributors, not the customers, not the collectors. And this has been Stern's real problem over the last 5 years. It was the main focus of my meeting with them. They continue to not understand who is the actual target for their marketing, for their themes, everything. The way they act. They really do think they can just do these like distributor handshake deals and sell all their products, and all the consumers are just going to lose $3,000 on every LE, and then they haven't even tried. Other than lowering the number, they haven't tried to give us more LE value. They haven't. They just continue to watch LE machines tank in value. Well, look, I think more and more consumers are getting on other bandwagons. I'm going to talk about Dune in a second. I was talking to David Van Ness, and I have an update. I have an update on what his response was to my very simple question. Have you sold as many Dune machines as I have of Kaneda's Pinball podcast subscribers? As of today, let me check right now. My actual subscriber number as of today is 660 something, 663. Okay. And let's see my audience. Let's see what we got new here. Hold on. Let me give a shout out to some of the newbies. Hold on. I need to move this. Can't see what I'm doing here. Monthly benefits. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. I want to thank Night Surf Ride. $10 a month, baby. Thank you, Night Surf Ride. I want to thank, let's see, our new members this month. We've got Andy Palmer. Andy, thank you so much. We've got Craig Young is back. I think Craig like joins and then like cancels and rejoins like every month. Matthew, Fizzy 501. Fizzy's been very active in the chat. I want to thank Mike and Manaj Mohan. Okay. And then Brian Wilson is $10 a month. Let's give a shout out to my biggest pledges. Let's see what we got here. Just right now current. All right, let's see. Arcade Time is at $100 a month. I love this guy. And then we've got Dan Jansen at 50. Dan, thank you. Pete Rosen at 50. A lot of guys at 30. Jordan Melville. Man's worth more than anything. Let's see. Barrel of Fun says you still owe them a pizza party. Do I? I'll send them pizza because they need a free lunch. All right, so here's how it went with David. So we're texting. He sent me pictures of parts arriving. It's cool. Good to see. I asked him, how many, have you sold as many Dunes as I have subscribers? And he's like, busy day at the office. And, there's two things happening with David. I think there's three things happening with David. There's intentions, there's realities, and then there's delusions. Okay? Intentions, realities, and delusions. Okay? And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Because I always do love having correspondence with David, but like I literally work in the world of public relations. I work in the world of communication and spin doctoring. And spin doctoring, by that I mean when you selectively use language to try to spin a different narrative, even if the truth and the reality is anything but that. So let me paraphrase, because there's just a text chat, so I'm not going to share word for word. First thing, he's like, look, we're very happy with Labyrinth sales, and he said something like, we've got 81 Labyrinth games left to be sold. Okay, so I saw that, I was shocked. I thought they were all spoken for. They were all like, because remember, let's go back in history. When Labyrinth came out, they announced they're making 1,200 Labyrinth games. Remember? That was what happened when they announced Labyrinth. Okay. So now they got 81 left. And he said they're selling like 1 to 2 a week. I mean, that's like nothing, right? It's like barely, that would take over a year to get rid of those 81. And also, like, the other problem is, I know distros that are sitting on Labyrinth games, like sitting on them new in box. So that means, does that mean Barrels has 81 in boxes at Barrels, or those are at distros? So not sure, but okay. So that's fine. It is what it is. Well, first he said something first. He said, no manufacturer discloses their sales numbers until near the end of the production run. So I'm like, all right, well, yes and no. Yes and no. So, I think more yes, right? Like, that's true. Like, but, in the end, that normally only happens when you're not going to reach your goal. And so then you are going to, preemptively limit the number you're now going to make. So what happened with Labyrinth is, they realized that they okay, before I say this, I want to say where he said, then the next thing he says is 81 Labyrinths are left and the game has exceeded our sales expectations. Okay, this is where like the delusion comes in. You initially said you wanted to make 1,200 Labyrinth games. That was your intent. That was your expectation. When you release a game and say, we're making 1,200, when the Pinball Brothers say, we want to make 800 Predators, that is your expectations. Exceeding your expectations would be to get 801 orders of Predator. Exceeding your expectations would be 1,201 Labyrinths. So anything less than that cannot exceed your expectations. Or if the only way that can be true is if you don't even think you have anywhere, your expectations are to get nowhere near 1,200 sold, but yet you announced you were going to make that many, which is also delusional on some level. Okay. So when you said you were going to make 1,200 Labyrinths and then you realized you weren't going to make it, was it 1,100? Even if it was 1,100, then they reduced it to 1,000, right? Isn't that what happened? They said, we're not going to make 1,100. We're going to make 1,000. Okay. Okay, so you took 100 off the total because the demand wasn't there. Now there's another almost 100 unsold. But don't tell me it exceeded your expectations. Just don't. Like this is the stuff. It's like I like David a lot. I like his passion, but when he says stuff like that, I just am like, what? What are you saying to me, man? It's like when he told me once, Chris, if I had a day one sellout, I would be disappointed. He's like, I don't want that. Oh, sure you don't. Again, what are we speaking here? Okay, then when asked about the Dune sales, he basically they have not sold 663 Dunes. I don't know the number, but they haven't. He then went on to say that the pinball market over the last 7 months has softened significantly from where it was. And I just want to say something to that. It's only soft, David, because you made Dune. I want to repeat that. You're only feeling soft sales on this game because it's Dune. Spooky's going to sell 999 Beetlejuices in 1 day, in 1 hour. So you know what I'm saying? Like Jersey Jack has sold more $15,000 Harry Potters in 1 month than all the Dune sales combined. Like, easily. Like they've sold Guns N' Roses and Harry Potter are on a similar, like they've sold as many Harry Potters basically as GNRs. Like it's a sales phenomenon for JJP in the same market that you released Dune. So that's the delusion that my game's not selling because the market's weak. It's not the market that's weak. It's the title that's weak. And that's a hard sort of pill to swallow because, it really must hurt. And look, I am looking forward to, I'm going to go to Automated. I'm going to play the new Dune on the new code. And, I keep hearing, okay, the other thing he said to me is like, he thinks once the game goes to Expo and people jump on it, it's going to sell out. That people have said it's that good. When you get the cinematic experience, it's going to sell out. And again, I hope so. I hope for their sake that happens, right? I'm not rooting against this company. Like, I hope so. I hope they do. I hope they move units because they need to. Like, if Expo doesn't become like a watershed moment for them, I hope that's the right phrase. I think they're in trouble because then, but the problem is, now they're going to be up against Star Wars and The Walking Dead remastered, right? And, Dune's not cheap, right? It's not cheap. And I think everyone's sort of like, I think people, look, there's a big difference. And I think King Kong is suffering from this. Harry Potter is not. There is a big difference between you made a really fun game that I really enjoy playing at a show. To me, that's King Kong. Really enjoy flipping King Kong. I don't ever want to own one. And that is the hurdle that Dune has to overcome. And David and my friends over at Barrels, trust me when I say this. If you want to sell Dune machines at Pinball Expo and give people the cinematic experience to like really see how your game is like playing the movie, you cannot just have the game on the loud show floor and have that experience be interrupted by the noise and the distractions of a show. It's like having your movie on a screen and 25 other movies blasting at the same time. You need, trust me when I say this, David, you guys need to get a private section at Pinball Expo, have a Dune room, great name, Almighty Yogurt. Have a Dune room that is pitch black where this game can come to life. If you just throw it on the show floor, trust me, you are going to have the same lukewarm response and sales that Avatar had. So trust me, you're going to have to, they will have a tent and headphones. I don't know. Like headphones don't do it, man. I'm just going to say this right now, Carrie. Headphones and pinball to me are a distraction. I don't like wearing headphones. It changes everything. It's a weird way. It's like watching a movie while you wear headphones. There's something about the sound needs to come from the back box. What I don't like about headphones is you lose a lot of the natural sounds of the game, and it sounds more tinny and more like metallic and more like artificial. A pinball machine's true experience happens when there is distance between the speakers, your ears, your fingers, all of that. A headphone experience to me is not going to cut it. They need a separate room. They need to do it that way. Okay? I'm just saying that is like this. I don't want the pressure, even just the pressure on my ears is changing the dynamic of how you should experience a pinball machine. And they're not going to sell out because it's Dune. I mean, it's like legitimately, there's going to be a moment when Spooky sells 1,000 Beetlejuices in 9 minutes. There's going to be a moment, trust me. When they sell 1,000 Beetlejuices in 9 minutes, there's going to be a moment where David realizes we didn't get the right theme. And I mean, they already know that. But because again, like in his head, he's like, well, it's the market that's soft. It's not. People are writing checks for $15,000 Harry Potters left and right. And, David, like, I just got to be candid, man. If you made anything on this back wall, anything, it all would have outsold Dune. Should we go around the horn? If you made Flintstones, you outsell Dune. I'm serious. More people would have bought a modern Yabba Dabba Doo Flintstone game based on the original cartoon than Dune. If you made Mario Kart, wouldn't really want to start with Mario Kart, but Mario Kart would have outsold Dune. The A-Team, I mean this. If you made the A-Team pinball, right? I can't even hum the damn Doom theme song. Nobody can. Nobody remembers it. It hasn't left an indelible. I get there's like a great orchestration in the film, but like, okay, hum me the Doom theme song. Right? Optimus Prime, G1 Transformers. What are you doing? Brian Savage, your partner, was in charge of the Transformers and G.I. Joe fan clubs for like 20 years. And you come out with Dune with Timothée Chalamet. This one's just the killer. Franchi, get ready. Batman 89. Batman 89. Just go get it. Make it again. Sell 1,000 units in 1 minute. Wait till they get a load of me. Winged freak. Terrorizes. Wait till they get a load of me. Where does he get those toys? A Batman. Get the Prince album. And then obviously Akira. I've been saying it forever. Akira would sell. You have no idea the amount of Akira fans in the world. But what do I know? What do I know? What do I know? And also, like, the other thing too is now is like, again, the game's 12,000, and now additional accessories for the sling plastics and the shooter. Like, you just keep, like, people are not going to be dropping $13,000-$14,000 on a game. Sad boy. You guys are really bad, by the way. I'm gonna shame my 113. Like super chats. Carrie, how do you get the super chats going? Like, what am I supposed to do here? How about this? How about this? If we reach another, I'll tell you some details about Pedretti Gaming's Big Bang Bar. Nobody wants Akira nerd anime. Dave, you don't get it, Dave. You got to go watch Akira. It's like the perfect theme for pinball with the music, the energy, the magnets, Tetsuo grabbing the ball, like Neo Tokyo. And if you put Neo Tokyo under glass, Dave, sold out. Again, we're not talking thousands of units, gang. You would sell 1,000 Akiras if done right. Are you ready for the new pinball Star Wars Fall of the Empire? Yeah, Junior, where you been, bro? Like, we've been talking about it. I heard it's mediocre, and Stern knows it, and that's why the marketing around it is piss poor. Anything new? Akira would sell dozens. Anyway, look, I wouldn't start with Akira either, gang. I would start with Transformers the movie. I would do Transformers G1 the movie, Unicron, the death of Optimus, Megatron into Galvatron, Hot Rod into Rodimus. All right. I think I did it. I think I did it. I think I reconnected it. I think I think David Van Ness pulled the plug. Are we back? We good? We Gucci? That was weird. It, like, the whole thing just fucking crashed. Look, gang. Super chat me. Come on. I'm about to send myself some money. Look at this. I'm paying myself. Yeah. Literally. I don't know what the damn. Sorry, guys. I'm having issues on YouTube. All right. Or can we hear me now? Can you hear me now? Are we back? I'm not going to move this damn cable. Are we back? Are we good? Can you hear me? All right. This is why I don't get any super chats or stars, because I like literally don't know what I'm doing. I need to do the carry, multiple angles. Carry says it over here. Carry says it over here. Why do you think Star Wars ain't selling? Gonna tell you like this. Gonna tell you like this. Gonna tell you like that. All the different angles. All the different angles in Carrie's basement. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Dude, you can't beg for money and not even do a basic live stream. I just did, baby. I just did. That's why I need more money. I can't afford a new cable. I actually ordered a new cable. It's this damn cable. It's like it's bent and it just keeps popping out. All right, here's the deal. Pedretti Gaming is making Big Bang Bar. What's really retro? Ralph is back. Get out of town, Ralph. Welcome. Is this the real retro Ralph though? I hope so. Ralph, Ralph. We have an expo plan. Ralph, you're getting unblocked on all of the channels today. Welcome back. We're happy to have you. We are happy you're here. We are happy you're here. You have no idea. It's not Ralph. It's not Ralph. Oh my God, it's not Ralph. Is it Retro Ralph? Is it? Oh my God, Ralph is spelled wrong. Oh my God, that's a good troll. That's a beautiful troll. David Van Ness, you're watching, brother. David, we were talking about you, bro. David, you should come on YouTube, David. Join the YouTube chat. David, David, I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to put you on the spot. Come on, in a moment of transparency. Like it's almost like we're doing a live interview in front of an audience. How many have you sold, David? We know you need to sell more. Come on. This shouldn't make anybody nervous. We know the game's going to go to Expo. I was given some good advice on how to show the game. You got to get your own room, show it without headphones, show it in a dark room. Don't pipe and drape. The Dune room. Create the Dune room and give people like 20 minutes on and just rotate people through. You're driving. Well, you shouldn't be watching if you're driving. Drive safe. Fake Ralph gives me more money than real Ralph. I'm not going to the media day, Ian. Why would I take money out of my pocket? Ian, why would I take money out of my pocket? I like fake money. I'm so broke, people. This is all I got in the world. How many Nudge magazines can I buy here? There's a few in there. There's a few. I always like to have just $500 in cash on me. If you ever mug me, you're gonna get $500. I just always need $500 in cash on me at all times. Why would I spend money out of my own pocket to go to Stern to see a Star Wars game where Stern's own employees are telling me it's mediocre? Yeah, Ian, I'll leave it to you. I'll leave it to Don. I'll leave it. Ralph's not going to be there. Jason Knapp's not going to be there. It's going to be Colin, man. Now that Colin's a real journalist. Did you read that, by the way? Did you read his email? Like, I guess I'm just now the guy doing the research. I guess I'm just now the guy who can legitimately call himself a journalist. I guess I'm now that pinball journal. Like, this guy's talking about covering pinball like he's covering the Gaza Strip. What a joke. It's pinball, Colin. You're not trying to really do the research to understand the historical significance of different religious sects in the Middle East and how it's led to thousands of years of turmoil and how the implications of getting the facts right on this story, will have, grave consequences for It's pinball, Colin. If you need to take credit for becoming someone who can write an article about Cuphead being delayed, you got some problems, bro. You got some problems. And then it was like, now that I'm a real journalist, can people please give me money? I mean, it was like, look, you know me, I'm not I love the super chats. I love the stars on Facebook. People give me money and subscribe to the show because they see value in the content. And the part that Colin doesn't get still is the reason why the people aren't subscribing, Colin, is because they don't see the value in your content. If you make it better, not more journalistic, just better, and you'll get more support. Gary Hardy gets support because people enjoy his content. Other content creators have hit a wall at a low number of subscribers and support because that's what the value people see. Quit trolling Stern. I still can't wait to see how he tries to reboot the Twippies just to prove Kaneda wrong. I love it. I'm going to send him on a mission to do all this hard work, and the show's still going to be terrible. It's over. The Twippies are dead. Stern Ali's being special are dead. It's a different hobby now. It's a different hobby now. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares about a lot of that stuff anymore. I think collecting is kind of dead. Like, okay, ready for Pedretti Gaming. So here's a big mistake Pedretti Gaming is about to make. Okay, so Pedretti Gaming is about to make the remake to Big Bang Bar. Okay, and well, yeah, of course my mic is better on YouTube. I'm this is the Facebook is just the phone. This is my pro mic. Pedretti Gaming is about to remake Big Bang Bar, and here's a big mistake they're about to make. So, because they don't have the Capcom license, instead of putting Capcom real big, you know how Capcom is at the. Let's go look at it right now. Let's go look at it because I can share screen. This is why it's fun. This is why I'm hot. This is why you're not, Colin. Because Kaneda, Big Bang Bar, Pinball. Okay. So funny, man. It's funny, like, okay, let's see. Just trying to find the photos of it. All right, let's see. This looks like. Was it a sign? This looks like it. Okay. All right, where's the Big Bang Bar? I want the back box. Man, there's like not a lot of good photos anywhere. Let me see. Like, is there one? There's one on eBay. What is this? Artwork. Let's see. Oh man, like, sorry guys, it's taking so long. I just don't know. Okay, here we go. This is perfect. All right. Here we go. Share screen. I don't know why that even happens. Okay. Where is that? Oh my God. Here we go. All right. All right. So, like, this beautiful, sexy, right? You are signed out. What? Can you guys see me? Can you guys see me right now in the chat? And am I like, okay. All right, cool. All right. So you see this? Here's the deal. Oh, I'm signed out of Pinterest is the thing. Okay. All right. So, all right. You see where it says Capcom real big? Right? You see where it says Capcom real big? All right. So, you know, like, we're used to this. Like, Capcom's an iconic logo. It's beautiful. Now, get ready where it says Capcom real big to let's see. Get ready to see this. Oh my God. Hold on. Oh, it opened up a different. Hold on. Oh man. Okay. Sorry. It's because I got this damn Facebook thing blocking everything. That's why it's taking so long. Share screen. No. Share this. All right. This is what you're gonna see. It's not the you're not gonna see the pinball. You're just gonna see the Pedretti real big over the dancing girl. I you know, like, part of me is like, maybe you're gonna like that. I don't think so. I think they probably should have just, I don't know, maybe left it blank, but that's what it's gonna be. So, you know, insert Rick from Planetary all mad. Now, how's Kaneda know this stuff? Kaneda. All right, guys, let's turn it over to you guys. Let's do a little Q&A. Whatever I'm going to answer all your questions. Ask Kaneda anything. I think Jack Danger has that. Ask Jack Anything. Ask Kaneda anything. You can ask me anything personal, professional, pinball related. You can ask me anything about fashion, whatever you want to ask me. I do have the best wardrobe. Come on, let's get some questions going. You guys are slow. You're like the pinball media. When I went to JJP, all those guys, man, they're like, any questions? Nobody had a question. Nobody. They're all like, Yeah, it just makes it look inauthentic when you have Pedretti on it because it's not how it's be like Pedretti introduces Street Fighter 2, and you're like, what the? How do you think Star Wars LE will differentiate from the premium? Robert, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a character base, like the way like Slimer was Ghostbusters. I'm really hoping the LE is Darth Vader, like all over the game. That's what I hope it is. So that's my guess. Are you a true Dodgers fan? No, I'm not. I'm an Ohtani fan. I don't believe anymore in like rooting for specific teams. I'm like, I like players now. It's a weird thing now. I like Ohtani and I love Japanese culture and I love, like, Morimoto's, right? Is it Morimoto? Like Mikimoto, like, I love his makeup of it. But yeah, I love players. I don't really care about teams anymore. How did you get involved in pinball and do you regret it? Retro route. That's funny. It's funny. I got okay. You know my story. I got banned from Pinside. I just got Lord of the Rings when I had my bedroom arcade, and the rest is history. Is there a chance Steve Ritchie Star Wars will be like more? What? What's up? I'm in charge of you now because mommy's going? Okay. What does that mean? I'm in charge of you now. Is Cass going down? Okay, we're getting back to these photos. Do you like poop? Okay, Franchi, amazing. Like, way to keep. I can tell Franchi is like, wait, where's Cass? Where's Cass? She's with Mama. She's taking Cass to the doctor because it's his appointment. No. Hold on one second. I'm going to hold your questions. Stop writing so I can answer them. I'm going to go set Killian up with, you want to go watch something? Yeah. Okay, hold on. Say hi, Kill. Huh? Say hi to everybody. Come on. Let's go watch something. I really like that. Yeah? How was soccer, buddy? say? All right. Sorry about that delay. We had to go get Bobo. Bobo was outside. All right, let's get some questions answered here. Sorry, gang. This is why. This is why I'm hot. Okay. Let's go back up here. Okay. Okay. Any new pin theme rumors? No. We know them all. Did you drive the demon this week? I did. How do you think the Star Wars LE will differentiate? We asked that. Would Ozzy sell more than ABBA? Yeah, absolutely. I don't think Ozzy would do tremendously great. I think a lot of people. I don't like. I think it would be like Led Zeppelin, like in sales. I just don't think. I don't think it would do that great. Did Gomez really interview you for Stern CMO? No, I was not being interviewed for Stern CMO. It's the opposite. I told them their marketing basically needed to refocus its efforts on consumers and not distributors. And I told them I'd be open to the only job I'd be open to would be the CMO role. And I put that thought in their head because Jody is not a CMO. And then they go hire a CMO. So like, I don't know, like they hired exactly the role I said they needed. I just don't think they got what they needed. And I don't think whoever they got really understands the category like I do. And I think they would have been better off with me. And I mean that. I think I told this to George. I have 12 years experience, expertise in your hobby, in your category. If you go hire someone outside a category, good luck. Good luck. And that's what they got. So good luck. I don't think I've seen any moves he's made that have made an impact. And I haven't even heard from him. And I don't think you can be a chief marketing officer at a major pinball company and be, behind the scenes. I just don't. But again, I think it speaks a little bit to their arrogance that they think they can just sell without being out there. I mean, they need to be out there more. But I also think the CMO needs to make, some moves. And I again, like I just maybe those are going to come. We'll see. But I just haven't seen any yet. Talk about Back to the Future. When can we actually get it and how good? Back to the Future is going to be probably October 2026. I'm hearing it's packed. I'm hearing if you like what you see in Lebowski, you're going to see even more awesome stuff. And the vibes I'm getting from people that have seen it are so over the moon positive. So, but Raza will come out before Back to the Future, 100% guaranteed. How fun is it to hang at Automated, and when are you going next? It is always fun to hang at Automated. Mike is amazing, and I always usually go with my boy Frank D'Angelo. And I'm probably going to go next weekend if people want to go hang out, play some Dune and see, maybe Star Wars even might be there. I don't think Star Wars is even on the line though. I'm reading. Sorry guys, I'm going in order. Why do you wear sunglasses indoors? Okay. Because I'm cool like that. Having any more kids? No. Do you like pinballs? Let's see. In charge of me. All right, here we go. We're caught up a little bit. What do you think of TNA? Do you like the machine, and do you think more companies could do similar runs of original IP and avoid? Um, I, I've always thought TNA is like a cool pin at a show. I think it's a little like, it's really good. I think TNA is a unique. I think TNA is a great $6,000 game. I think TNA is a terrible $9,000 game. I like that it's straightforward. The music's super cool. I remember when Scott just had the Whitewood. I remember I think TNA is really cool. I never want to own one personally. I would get bored of that pretty quickly. But it was a really cool game. Unfortunately, TNA 2 turned into Rick and Morty, but I just wouldn't spend a lot on a TNA. What's the release window for the next JJP? Well, if I were a betting man, I don't think we're going to see Sonic until fall of 2026. I think this is going to be a long time to make all these potters. Do you think Spooky should switch to at least 2 games a year? Absolutely not. Spooky shouldn't change anything. And 2 games a year means, look, I think they would have to really staff up more. But I also I like the fact that the whole company is focused on making one great game a year. I think it works for them. I think it works for our wallets. I think look, I think Spooky's one game a year has more people excited than Stern's 3 to 4 games a year. And I would rather be working for a company that can all collaborate and make one great idea work at a time. I think once you start dividing and having to like divert resources all over the place, it's not worth it. And they're not going to make twice as much money if they do it that way, because they can only produce so many. Who is doing Raza? Raza is going to be made by Dutch Pinball X. Do you think Stern will suffer the same fate as Williams? And if so, when? No, I don't think Stern's going to bail out of pinball and start making slot machines. I do think Stern is I mean, look, they're always for sale, by the way. I do think Stern's going to have to downsize. I do. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think it's going to last like forever at this scale. I don't know what the answer is though. I think they scaled real big. I just can't see the world continually absorbing the amount of games Stern needs them to every year, unless like the operator scene blows up even more and becomes bigger. What's the car in the top middle behind you? Mario Kart. If Roz is first, do you mean October 27th? No, Roz is gang. Alice production will be over hopefully by like March. Okay. Then Raza, you know what I'm saying? Like they need to start making the next, and then Raza. Raza's numbers are going to be much less than Alice's numbers. That's why Raza is going to sell out. It's going to be more expensive than Alice, but it's a much more like fully flushed out game. What is Brenda's dream theme for pinball? Brenda would want Red Hot Chili Peppers, and that would be number one. That's her favorite band. And she would want Spice Girls. Then I think she would want something for the family, like Toy Story 1 or Lion King. Do you think Stern might buy Spooky and keep them? No. Have you gotten a chance to play updated Dune? No. You think they'll have the pinball? There will be no pinbar in Raza. But there will be an interesting thing happening on the apron. Let me just tell you that. But the pinbar as it was designed, no. The biggest challenge for Raza with Melvin is trying to unravel what the heck Steve Bowden was trying to do with the code. You know what I'm saying? Like that's been the biggest challenge of Raza development is like Steve Bowden, his code is like, and that's the challenge now is like, I don't know, you might be getting what he designed. And like, I don't know, Bowden is no Lyman. He's no, his rule said everything about it was just weird is what I'm hearing. Barbie would be great. Let's see. Will there be Edison bulbs on Raza Topper? No. So I can tell you right now that there was an original Raza Topper design that Deep Roots, that John made. In Deep Root fashion, they ran out of money and they didn't implement it. But I will tell you this: I've seen the Raza Topper. It's pretty effing cool, and it is not what was on the Deep Root game, and it's gonna be neat. It's gonna be neat. If you were going to add a new machine to your collection tomorrow, which 3 are you considering? Um, I'm gonna read another question. Tell us the dirt on where Uncanny X-Men started today. There's gotta be more people. All right, I'll give you a little. Okay, so first of all, if I was gonna add 3 machines to my collection today, that are existing machines, I would add X-Men LE. I love the way X-Men shoots and looks, and I like if the new code is good, I'd wanna bang on that game. I think I would add that. I would add a Lord of the Rings. You see some dude selling an LE for $15,000. I mean, it's just stupid. Like, I'm just over. I bought my Lord of the Rings for 7. The game was originally 5,500. It's just so stupid, like, looking at the Lord of the Rings LE, and the guy doesn't even have any of the figurines or the mods you want, and he wants 15,000 or 14 something. I'm just like, when I see this stuff, gang, it's so easy to say. It's so much easier now in 2025 to say no to almost everything and all the prices people want for pinball. 8 years ago, I wanted to buy everything and I would buy everything I wanted because I didn't feel bad about buying this stuff.